Good. I'm Jonathan Worsley, chairman of the bench, and we're here in Riyadh at the Mandarin Oriental Faisaliah Hotel for the Future Hospitality Summit. I'm delighted to have Guy Hutchinson, the CEO for the Middle East and Africa for Hilton. Guy, great to have you with us.
It's great to be here, always.
And Guy, so it's been 5 months.
It has been 5 months. A whirlwind 5 months, yeah. A whirlwind 5 months. I mean, a lot of air travel, a lot of focus, a lot of learning, but circling back on really key markets. And at the top of the list is, of course, Saudi Arabia.
Spending most of your time in Saudi?
It's spending a lot of time here, actually. This is the third largest pipeline by rooms for Hilton globally.
Is it really?
So it's an incredibly important market for Hilton in the region and Hilton globally.
And you announced a big deal today. Tell us about that.
We announced a phenomenal deal today, one of many. That's the fun thing about here. We did a signing here today with you, Riyadh, Medina. We announced 1,600 keys across 3 brands in Medina, the Conrad, Doubletree, and the Garden Inn.
That's fantastic.
It's just the projects and the scale of the projects and the scale and industry here. It was just something quite special.
And when will those hotels come online?
It'll be a good 3 to 4 years that are under construction, but let's see.
Yeah. And what do you see as we saw on the stage today, we've got the public and private sector very much working together towards Vision 2030. You're on the ground. How do you see it?
I think this is a totally unique set of circumstances. I can't recall seeing that kind of alignment with a national strategy, financial infrastructure, this single industry focus on tourism and diversifying the economy to tourism and to our business. It's extremely unique. And that just creates this platform, this canvas, where everything from something like the Avenues, which we have, which is probably the biggest mixed use or complex in the country with retail and lifestyle and residential and 4 hotels, to Hampton in Neom, mid-scale, and everything in between. So it's just a very unique development space.
And as you're moving out of the cities as well of Jeddah and Riyadh, moving to Asir and across the board and Asa, Tabuk, this is almost as interesting. We've got a project in Al Asa it's just so creative with Dan and Co, an agri resort, an eco resort, and an adventure resort, all in one complex of 3 hotels, which complement each other. So the experiences that have been built here are already phenomenal. So we're seeing in Europe and other places this over-tourism challenge that we have for the tourism industry. You've seen what Amsterdam's doing when building any new hotels in Amsterdam, unless one closes down. You've recently seen the tax on tourists coming into Venice, seen the uprising in the Seychelles. It just provides a wonderful opportunity in Saudi, of course, to open up new tourism destinations for these travelers.
100%. And that's also to get the domestic tourists. There's a population of 20 plus million in the country. So creating that network also provides an infrastructure which enables domestic tourism. So you're creating that whole domestic tourism network and adding to that international tourism and religious tourism, which is quite unique to this country. And off a blank canvas. So although we thought that it was 0 before and it was 100 million recently, but there's so much more space for everybody to grow.
Yeah. And what about we see this big pipeline coming through right now, but what about the bedrock of our industry, the staff, people? How are you dealing with that?
I think that's something also that's changed fundamental. I think one of the things which is almost most impressive about Saudi Arabia is it's the youngest population on the planet, I think. It's like more than 60% of the population is under 30. Yeah, that is something quite different, right? A lot of countries have these demographic challenges with an aged population. This is the reverse. And when you see that national strategy and that national pride, that engagement around industry, that has created a whole different momentum around hospitality and is bringing a young graduate workforce into the business like never before. So it's not straightforward, but the space is developing and developing quickly. And that's something we're capitalizing on because, yes, this is the pillar we talk about, 17,000 keys, we talk about growth, talk about development, but that's 15, 20, 25,000 jobs. And that's just us. And that's what we know today, not what we're going to sign and grow into tomorrow.
So this people pipeline is as important, if not more important.
Gender diversity,
phenomenal. We're seeing that all come together. It's like the kingdom was leapfrogged, maybe 15 years of development of somewhere else. So you're seeing the young workforce, gender diversity, inclusion, all coming at the same time, sustainability, all coming at the same time and accelerated, So we have our first female GM in Mecca.
That's great.
So that whole gender diversity, that the Saudi national part, we're at 55% now of our workforce across the kingdom, the Saudi nationals, and growing. So the platform is there in many ways, and it's all about that collaboration and how government, finance, industry, education are focusing around the segments and making it attractive for young people to develop their careers.
Well, we found here at the summit that roughly 35% of our delegates are women. So we've been really pushing that as well to bring them along on our journey. And
it's accelerated. That's always good. You're bigger and better every year, Jonathan. So it's always great to be.
Well, tell us about FHS. How's it going for you? It's been one of our key sponsors.
Day one. But every year, particularly in Saudi Arabia, you see it getting bigger, you see it getting better. Great quality of people, super investors. Better every year.
Good.
Well, pleasure to do it.
Thank you. That's great. Thank you so much for being with us.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you as always so much.